Hello friend, I will first discuss important news from today's newspaper, then I will discuss some important news from yesterday's newspaper also. So let's start the discussion of today's newspaper. First I will start with the news about our Prime Minister's visit to Germany. So our Prime Minister is currently in Germany and attending the G7 summit. Okay. So Prime Minister Modi is currently in Germany to attend the G7 summit, which is hosted by Germany. So what is G7? G7 is group of 7 countries. Okay, or you can say G7 is a intergovernmental policy forum. Okay, so the mainly the 7 countries sit together annually and discuss various global issues. Okay, like supply chain, like economic development, sustained development, okay, growth, then security, defense, cyber crime. Okay, these are the topic of their discussion. Even the tax, import duty, bilateral trade, trilateral trade. Okay, so this is called G7 summit. Group of 7 countries sit together and discuss about various global issues. So now who are the G7 countries? Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, Japan, France, USA. These are the 7 G7 countries. Okay, and European Union is also invited as a invitee in the G7 summit. In each year, European Union also invited to attend the G7 summit. So the main 7 countries are Canada, UK, Germany, Italy, Japan, France and USA. These are the G7 countries. Now Germany, this year this summit is hosted by Germany, and the Chancellor of Germany, Mr. Olaf Scholz, has personally invited our Prime Minister Narendra Modi to attend the G7 summit. Now India is not a member of G7 summit. Still India is invited to attend the summit because India is a first developing country, first growing country, and our Prime Minister can share many things about the development of our country. Okay, also this year they may discuss about Russia invasion Ukraine, then disruption of supply chain. Okay, and also they may ask several questions to India about wheat ban, export ban on wheat, then buying oil from Russia. These are the issues they can ask to our Prime Ministers. Okay, and also they may request our Prime Minister to raise the voice against the Russia. Okay, so that may be their topic of discussion. So now I will show you, these are the G7 countries: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom and United States of America. These are the G7 country. Now if they include Russia, it becomes G8 country, and if they include this 12 country: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, China, European Union, India, Indonesia, Mexico, Saudi Arab, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, that becomes G20 summit. Okay, G20 summit. This now I will discuss our Prime Minister's detailed visit one by one. So we all know that whenever our Prime Minister visited any country, the first thing he did is to meet the Indian diaspora. Okay, so this is our Prime Minister Modi in Germany update. India has shunned chalta hai mindset, it's now karna hai, says PM. Okay, shunned means forget. Okay, India forget chalta hai mindset, now karna hai. Okay, so I will discuss one by one event. So first is, as the tall and rich of the world look on, India may be steadfast on its own approach at G7. Then Modi tweeted that I look forward to this is news from 1543 PM, June 26, yesterday 1543, that I look forward to interact with members of the Indian diaspora. So Modi was going to meet the Indian diaspora in Germany. Okay, then this is the program organized by the Indian diaspora before Modi attend the attending the diaspora. This is also tweeted by our Prime Minister. All set for community program, tweets PM Modi ahead of address at Munich event. Now Prime Minister Modi in Munich. Now Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday arrived in Munich on a 2-day visit to Germany, during which he will attend the G7 summit and discuss issues like energy, food security, counter terrorism, environment and democracy with the leaders of the powerful bloc and its partner countries. So powerful bloc means the G7, all the G7 countries are very powerful and highly economic developed countries. Okay, so Modi is also attend with them and discuss various issues. Now this is the arrive of our Prime Minister to meet with the Indian diaspora. I will show you. So grand arrangement made by the German government for our Prime Minister. That's a very proud moment. Now also the total speech by our Prime Minister is given in this video. Okay, mainly our Prime Minister criticized the former Congress government for bringing emergency 47 years ago on the same date, that is 26th June 26 June 47 years ago. Okay. Here it is written 47 years ago an attempt was made to crush democracy, says PM Modi. The democracy which is our pride, which is in the DNA of every Indian. 47 years ago at this time an attempt was made to hold the democracy hostage, crush the democracy, says PM Modi. India is the mother of democracy, says PM Modi while addressing Indian diaspora in Munich. Emergency was a black spot on history of India's democracy, PM Modi at Munich event. India has shown that democracy can deliver and has delivered, PM Modi in Munich. India will no longer be left behind in fourth industrial revolution, PM Modi in Munich. Okay, so our Prime Minister just elaborate the growth of India in front of the world leaders. Okay, so India is now taking part in every discussion regarding world. Okay, India is a very important nation and our Prime Minister has a is respected by every world leader. Today every village in India is open defecation free, says PM Modi. Okay, today every poor of India is getting free treatment of rupees 5 lakh in this time of corona. India is ensuring free food grains of 80 crore poor for the last 2 years. Not only this, on an average a unicorn is being made in India every 10 days. A unicorn, I have already told you, that when a startup become a valuation of $1 billion, when the valuation of startup reach $1 billion, then the startup become unicorn. So every 10 days a new unicorn is being made. Every village in our country is open defecation free, has electricity, has road, and 99% of the village also have clean cooking fuel. Today India is shining on every front. PM Modi in Munich. Okay. Then India now stand at one of the cheapest data provider in the world, says PM Modi. Sustainable climate practice have become a part of lives of Indian, PM Modi. Okay, climate change is just not a matter of policies in India. Sustainable climate practice have become a part of the lives of Indian people. We have made over 10 crore toilets in the country. Now people understand their duty to keep the country clean. 90% adults in India have been fully vaccinated, Prime Minister Modi. Okay, there was a time when people said India will take 10 to 15 years to vaccinate its population against COVID-19. Today 90% of adults have taken both doses and 95% of adults have taken at least one dose. Okay, so India is now ready for progress development, Prime Minister Modi. There was a time when India was nowhere in race of startup, but situation has changed, Prime Minister Modi. So this is updated total updated news from the visit of our Prime Minister in Germany. Okay, now next our Prime Minister met with the also I want to say you one thing, that beside the G7 7 number of countries, Germany has specially invited our Prime Minister. Germany has also invited, so besides India, Germany also invited Argentina, Indonesia, Senegal and South Africa as guests for the summit to recognize the democracy of the global south at its partner. Okay, so these countries are maximum from south, located in the south of earth. Okay, so beside India, Germany also invited Argentina, Indonesia, Senegal, South Africa. Okay, now here one important thing is written: during the session of the summit, I will be exchanging views with the G7 counties, G7 partner countries and guest international organizations on topical issues such as environment, energy, climate, food security, health, counter-terrorism, gender equality and democracy. So these are the issues on which our Prime Minister is going to give lecture in the G7 summit. I look forward to meeting leaders of some of the participating G7 and guest countries on the sidelines of the summit, the Prime Minister said in the statement on Saturday. Okay, so these are the country: Argentina, Indonesia, Senegal, South Africa also invited in the summit, and after the meeting with the Indian diaspora in Munich, our Prime Minister Modi met the President of Argentina and discussed several various issues. Okay, so PM Modi meets Argentinian President Alberto Fernandez in Germany. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi met with Argentinian President Alberto Fernandez in Munich on Sunday, and the leaders discussed ways to deepen the commercial and cultural linkage between the two countries. PM Modi arrived in Munich on a 2-day visit to Germany on Sunday to take part in the G7 summit. He will discuss issues like energy, food security, counter-terrorism, environment, democracy with the leaders of the powerful bloc and its partner countries. So our Prime Minister also meet with the President of Argentina, as well as our Prime Minister has scheduled to meet with the prominent leaders of the G7 countries. Okay, so this is the program. We will again updated the next program of our Prime Minister tomorrow. So this is up to date. This is about yesterday's visit of our Prime Minister. Okay, now I will tell you what about the decision taken by G7 countries in the summit yesterday. Okay, so yesterday the G7 countries has come with some conclusion. First conclusion, they come with that. G7 to ban Russian gold import in response to Ukraine war, US President Joe Biden. So President Joe Biden said Sunday that the United States and other group of 7 leading economies will ban import gold from Russia. So not only fuel, not only gas, not only wheat is exported by Russia, but also gold is exported by Russia. The latest in a series of sanctions that the Club of Democracies hopes will further isolate Russia economically over its invasion of Ukraine. Now, of Russian gold export, 90% was consigned to G7 countries. So G7 countries only import 90% gold from Russia. Of these Russian exports, over 90% or nearly $17 billion was exported to the UK. Okay, UK solely responsible for 17 billion gold import from Russia. The United States imported less than 200 million in gold from Russia. So it is okay for US to ban Russian gold, but it is very tough for UK. In 2000 and under 1 million in 2020-2022. Now what UK told, UK also expected to announce Sunday that it will ban Russian gold imports, followed by a formal announcement Tuesday involving all G7 countries, according to the Biden administrative officials who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss detail before the announcement. Okay, so this is first conclusion made by the G7 countries. Another is again the same thing, that is, now G7 touts USD 600 billion global infrastructure plan to rival China. So China, Russia, these are the main two enemies of the West countries, means Europe, USA, Canada. Okay, so they think that China and Russia is our main rival, and that's why they are continuously pulling India into their group. Okay, so rival China is using the opportunity. So there is a gap between Europe and poor countries. Okay, poor African countries or low income countries. There is a gap between Europe and the low income countries, and China is taking this opportunity, okay, to invest on that poor countries. So G7 TOTS means approve $600 billion global infrastructure plan to rival China. So I am zooming it. G7 group of rich democracy on Sunday announced an attempt to compete with China's formidable Belt and Road Initiative by raising some 600 billion for global infrastructure program in poor countries. Okay. Now, Biden said that the target was for the United States to bring $200 billion to the table, with the rest of the other G7 another 400 billion by 2027. So United States alone will provide $200 billion, and rest $400 billion will be contributed by the other G7 countries. Okay, that is the proposal from the G7 countries. So this is the updated from yesterday updated G7 total meeting conclusion of the G7 countries, as well as our Prime Minister's participation in the G7 countries. I have discussed with you. Okay, so tomorrow I will discuss the today's program of our Prime Minister as well as the G7 countries. Okay, move to next topic. Low turnout marks first GTA polls in Darjeeling in 10 years. So GTA means Gorkha Territorial Administration. So election for the Gorkha Territorial Administration has just concluded yesterday. Okay, and participation by voter is very low. Only 57% vote was recorded. Okay, this is the news. Now what is Gorkha Territorial Administration? I will discuss with you what is Gorkha Territorial Administration. Now Gorkha territorial administration is a territory in the north portion of our West Bengal, okay, and that area is autonomous, or you can say semi autonomous, okay. So I will show you the map. This is the map of Gorkhaland. This autonomous portion on the top of West Bengal is called Gorkhaland, and I will show you the district included in the Gorkhaland or proposed map of Gorkhaland, okay. Currently Darjeeling, Karshian, Siliguri, Kalimpong, some portion of Siliguri, Kalimpong are under Gorkhaland, and this portion or this region will soon to be included in the territory of Gorkhaland. Now what is the function and what type of autonomous they enjoyed? Now it is a semi autonomous council, Darjeeling, Kalimpong district of West Bengal, now India. Now actually what happened, they were demanding about a separate state, okay, they were demanding separate state, but finally in 2011 when the new government formed in West Bengal, the Trinamool government, okay, the Trinamool government has agreed with the autonomous portion in the Gorkhaland territory, okay. So in this portion the Gorkhaland has their own council like Vidhan Sabha, they have their own council, they have their own council of member, okay, they have executive power, means they have ministers, okay, they have their own minister, they can make their own territorial rule, they can choose their minister. Obviously there will be election, for the minister, and any party can participate in the election, okay. But one thing they cannot enjoy, that they have to follow the rules regulation of our state and of the country, okay. So any kind of rules or any kind of law formed by the Gorkhaland council should be approved first by the governor on behalf of president, okay. Without the assent of governor they cannot make laws for themselves. So this is about the autonomous region. So they have their own council, they have their own ministers, they obviously the ministers is elected by elections, okay, and this is the proposed map of Gorkhaland in future. Now there are several other regions which is also autonomous, not only West Bengal, like Assam. These 4 districts, Kokrajhar, Chirang, Baksa, Udalgiri, this 4 district of Assam is also autonomous, means they have their each of the district have their own autonomous council, okay, autonomous ministers, they make their own law, but that law should be approved by the governor on behalf of president. They are abide by the rules regulation of the state of Assam, okay, but they can make law for themselves. They have financial authority. One important point I forgot to tell you, the autonomous body has their financial authority, okay. So they can use money as their wish, okay. The state government will provide them financial help and they will use that financial as per their way, okay, as per their choice of infrastructure development. They can use the money, they have their financial authority. Now these are the map of autonomous territory in India, like Gorkhaland in West Bengal, Bodoland in Assam, okay, then Garo Hill, Khasi Hill, Jayantia Hill and Dima Hasao are in Meghalaya, okay, then Karbi Anglong in Assam, Sador Hills in Nagaland, then this is Tripura TAADC in Tripura, Chakma ADC, then Lai ADC, Mara ADC are in Mizoram. So these are all autonomous body, okay. Only they, which thing they don't have, only they are not above the laws and regulation made by state government or made by country, okay. They have to follow the rules and regulation laws under the state government and under the central government. This is about autonomous body, okay. Move to next topic. V. Krishnamurti passes away. He is V. Krishnamurti. Now he is a pioneer person. One can say him as a father of Indian PSUs, means public sector units. He was chairman and executive of several public sector units like SAIL, like WAIL, like GAIL. Okay, and he was the man behind the huge growth of the public sector units like SAIL, WAIL. Okay, also he was the chairman of Maruti, you can say founder of Maruti Motors. Okay, and he was the man behind the innovation of Maruti 800. Okay, it's a revolution in our country, the Maruti 800 innovated by V. Krishnamurti. So I will show you one by one. So Dwayne Indian PSU, Dwayne means a prominent person of a particular industry, that is called Dwayne of Indian PSUs. V. Krishnamurti passes away. Okay, so V. Krishna, zoom you. So Dr. V. Krishnamurti, often dubbed as the father of public sector undertakings in India for his stellar role in steering WAIL, SAIL and Maruti Udyog Limited among others, passed away here on Sunday. He was 97. Okay, now here it is written, he was CEO of Bharat Heavy Electric Limited, WAIL, Maruti Udyog Limited, SAIL and GAIL. SAIL means Steel Authority of India Limited and Gas Authority of India Limited, and known for turning around the PSUs. Also the chairman of the National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council till 2014, holding the rank of a cabinet minister up to 2014. Okay, so Krishnamurti was conferred with Padma Bhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri award for his contribution to society. Now I will show you tweet by Joyram Ramesh. A true legend among public sector managers, a man who built WAIL, turned around SAIL and launched Maruti is no more. V. Krishnamurti had a glorious innings but missed his century by just 3 years. He will remain an important part of Indian economic history. Okay, so V. Krishnamurti passes away. Move to next topic. From sport. Okay, no, this is the one topic I left. Iran launches rocket into space ahead of nuclear talks. So you all know that there is a ban on Iran for any nuclear development, means that is still under talks, still under they required the United Nations, or you can say United States permission for any kind of nuclear weapons development. Okay, that is still under talks, but in between that Iran launches rocket. Okay, launches rocket to launching the satellite into space. Okay, that's a simple thing. Iran launches rocket into space. Now, which type of rocket is this? Iran launches a solid fueled rocket into space. So I am zooming you. Iran has launched a solid fueled rocket into space. Defense Ministry spokesman Ahmed Hosseini said Zulzana, the name of the rocket is Zulzana, a 25.5 meter long rocket is capable of carrying a satellite of 220 kilograms that will ultimately gather data in low Earth orbit and promote Iran's space industry. Now Zulzana is named for the horse of Imam Hussein, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad. Okay. So now what is the length of the rocket? 25.5 meter and weight 220 kilogram only. 220 kilogram only. And the name of the rocket is Zulzana. It carries satellite of weight 220 kilogram. Now there are till now only 7 countries in the world who launched satellite of weight more than 1 metric ton. Only 7 countries. Okay, that is Russia, United States, then China, then then European Union, then Japan, India, and recently South Korea. South Korea, couple of days ago, South Korea launched a rocket with satellite, carrying satellite of more nearly 2 metric, nearly I think 200 metric ton, I don't know the value. Okay, so Russia, United States, European Union, China, Japan, India, and South Korea, these are the 7 countries till now who launched rocket carrying satellite of weight more than 1 metric ton. Okay, and what is the weight of this rocket launched by Iran? 220 kg only. Move to next topic from today's newspaper, from sport. Madhya Pradesh keeps its date with maiden Ranji Trophy glory. So Madhya Pradesh finally won the Ranji Trophy 2022. Okay, or you can say 2021-22 season, and and they beat Mumbai. Mumbai is the highest number of Ranji Trophy. Mumbai is the highest number Ranji Trophy champion. Okay, beaten by Madhya Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh won their first ever Ranji Trophy cup. I will show you the news. Madhya Pradesh keeps script history with maiden Ranji Trophy triumph. Okay. Madhya Pradesh, not considered among cricketing elite during the past decade, on Sunday humbled domestic powerhouse Mumbai by 6 wickets in a one-sided Ranji Trophy final. This is the news. Madhya Pradesh won their first ever Ranji Trophy 2021-22 cup. So this is the important news from today's newspaper. Now I will discuss important news from yesterday newspaper. Okay. So go to yesterday's newspaper first. Okay. Okay. First, a very important news from yesterday newspaper is scientists warn of Zika spread. So Zika virus, which is a endemic virus for Africa, so it is mainly spreaded in the African region, certainly start spreading silently in India. So there are several states from where Zika patients are coming. Okay, so one thing you will know that during the COVID-19 high time, like in the year 2021, several patients of COVID-19 was tested for dengue, for chikungunya, even for Zika. Okay, and several patients was found to have Zika or chikungunya or dengue in their body, as well as with COVID-19 also. So I will discuss the news that is very concerned news. New ICMR study reports silent spread of Zika virus in India. Very concerned. Now what happened? Now which mosquitoes are responsible to spread of Zika virus? This is the mosquito. This is the dangerous mosquito named as Aedes mosquito, or you can say Aedes aegypti. Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus, or you can say tiger mosquito. So Aedes mosquito, you remember Aedes mosquitoes are responsible to spread Zika, dengue and chikungunya. Aedes mosquito, and which Which mosquito spread malaria? That is female Anopheles. Okay, female Anopheles mosquito causes malaria. Now come to the news. These are the photo of the tiger mosquito. A news, I will zoom you. A new study of Indian Council of Medical Research has indicated the spread of the Zika virus to several states of India and calls for an urgent need to strengthen its surveillance. Researchers have said in the report that the retrospective surveillance for ZIKV demonstrate the silent spread of this virus to almost all part of India with a predominance of the more recent 2018 Rajasthan ZIKV strain. Now, which are the state where the Zika virus is spreading silently? I will show you. That outbreaks of Zika had been reported from Kerala, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra during the second wave of COVID pandemic 2021. We wanted to determine the presence of the virus from different geographical regions, and hence researchers from the National Institute of Virology Pune and other ICMR institutes screened clinical sample of 1475 patient. Patient means COVID patient. So they further test sample of 1475 COVID-19 patient, maybe swab sample, maybe blood sample, okay, from May to October 2021, and retested them for dengue, chikungunya and Zika. Okay, already that sample was tested for COVID-19 and retested for dengue, chikungunya and Zika, Dr. Gupta said. And what they found? The positivity observed for Zika stood at 67, dengue 121 and chikungunya 10 among the screen cases. So, out of 1475 cases, Zika is in 67 patient, dengue 121, chikungunya 10. Again, the coefficient of dengue chikungunya, dengue Zika and dengue chikungunya Zika were also observed. So, some patient have both dengue chikungunya or have both dengue Zika or have all the dengue, chikungunya, Zika virus at a time in their body. Okay, so there may be a hidden link between dengue, chikungunya, Zika and COVID-19. All Zika cases were symptomatic with fever 84%, rash 78% and major presenting symptoms. Of them, 4 patient has respiratory distress, 1 presented with seizure means shivering, and 1 with suspected microcephaly at birth. Now, this is a very dangerous disease, microcephaly at birth caused by Zika. Now, what is microcephaly? Small head. Microcephaly is this, very pathetic. Okay, microcephaly at birth, small head compared to the natural size. Okay. So, this is the news. Take care yourself, be concerned and keep away yourself from mosquito. So, Zika is spreading in our country. Move to next topic. Starlight plant sale could impact investor confidence in Tamil Nadu. Now, there was a plant, currently it is closed. Okay, there was a plant named Starlight, okay, by Vedanta Group. So, Vedanta constructed a plant in Tamil Nadu, that is Starlight, and mainly to produce copper related matter. Okay, copper related matter. So, a very huge amount of copper was produced in the Starlight plant. Okay, so I will tell you something about Starlight plant, then I will tell you about the story. So, Vedanta Group put Starlight copper plant in Tamil Nadu on sale. So, previously it was in running condition, okay, but after it causes pollution and several activists constantly protesting against closing the plant. Finally, the Tamil Nadu government had to shut up the close the plant. Okay, close the plant. Now, what Vedanta Group did? They simply publish a news that they want to sell their company, and any suitable buyer want to buy the plant should contact with them. Okay, now that raises a controversy that this is under sub judice matter. The total matter is under sub judice, and how, without any information to the state government, how Vedanta Group go for the auction of the plant. Now I will tell you about this plant. So Vedanta Group has invited bids for the sale of its copper smelting plant at Thuthukudi Starlight Copper, which has been entangled in various legal and political issues in Tamil Nadu. However, the copper major's sudden decision to sell the entire plant has evoked confusion and mixed response. Okay. Now, Vedanta invited expression of interest from financially competent parties to buy the unit encapsulated with smelter complex, primary, secondary, sulfuric acid plant, copper refinery, continuous copper rod plant, phosphoric acid plant. Phosphoric acid is used as a fertilizer, phosphorus, caprice power plant, oxygen generation unit, and residential complex with amenities, along with an expansion project of 4 lakh metric ton per annum on or before July 4, 2022. So it's a very huge plant. Several types of material is produced in this plant, like sulfuric acid, copper, okay, then copper rod, phosphoric acid, caprice power plant, oxygen generation unit. But due to continuous protest, okay, so I will show you, the Thuthukudi plant is a national asset which has been catering to 40% of our national demand of copper and has played an integral role towards India's self-sufficiency in copper. It said the copper smelter contributes 2500 crore to the government exchequer. So it also generates revenue to the government and 95% of market share in sulfuric acid in Tamil Nadu. Now, what actually happened, I will tell you. Vedanta shifted its plan to establish the copper smelter from Ratnagiri in Maharashtra to Thuthukudi in 1994. In 2013, the company was charged with a massive gas leak incident, the Supreme Court imposing a fine of rupees 100 crore. Okay, this is the incident. The Tamil Nadu government issued an order shutting down the plant permanently on May 28, 2018 after police firing on civilians protesting against the plant on May 22 and 23 killed 13 May 22 and 23 killed 13 people. So 13 number of protesters was killed by the police. So finally, Madras High Court on August 18, 2020 upheld the government of the GO citing government order citing a number of violations while holding officials to account for connivance in a plethora for commission and omission. So from 2020, I think the plant is in closed condition. So finally the Vedanta Group want to sell their plant. This is the news. Move to next topic. Kerala to have its own regional red list of birds. So we all heard about the organization called IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. IUCN is a international body, or you can say United Nations body, IUCN, and they are responsible for preparing list of endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable animals throughout the world. Okay, and they prepare their red list. Okay, what are the red list looking like? These are the type of red list, or you can say this is the red list. Okay, extinct from wild, critically this is called as critically endangered, then endangered, vulnerable, not evaluated, least concern. Okay, out of this, these three, critically endangered, endangered and vulnerable, are called threatened, and extinct means totally extinct, and extinct from the wild means it is not available in wild, means in forest, but may available in a protected area like zoo, in anyone's house. Okay, protected place, extinct from the wild. And extinct means totally extinct, like boro bird, like dinosaur, like mammoth, these are the extinct. Okay, so they prepare, this is the responsibility of IUCN to prepare the list. Okay, now Kerala government is thinking to prepare their own red list, regional red list about bird, because Kerala, there are many water bodies, lakes in Kerala, and several thousand number of migratory bird, even also the regional bird, it is about regional bird. So 1000 types of regional bird is present in Kerala. Okay, so Keralian government is thinking to prepare a red list about their regional bird. Okay, so this is the news. This is the news. Now I want to show you about something about IUCN. It is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Okay, so they prepare red list. Now I will show you about India, the list for India prepared by IUCN. So these are the extinct animal like mammoth, then saber-toothed tiger, okay, dodo bird, Tasmanian tiger, even dinosaur, and these are the endangered species. Endangered means any time they may be extinct from the wild. Now list of endangered animal in India. First I will tell you about critically endangered animal in India, like great Indian bustard, it's a bird, then Indian vulture, Siberian crane, then in fish Ganges shark. Okay, then insect, reptiles, red crowd roof turtle, ghorial, all are critically endangered. Then mammals. Now come to endangered. Endangered, I will tell you some important type of animal. Then vulnerable. Okay, so like olive ridley sea turtle, it's a very famous turtle in India, found in Odisha coast. It is a vulnerable reptiles in our country, or you can say amphibian. So IUCN prepares world wise, or you can say country wise, red list for animals, bird, then mammals, then reptiles. Okay, move to next topic. Hasina opens Padma multi-purpose bridge. So Bangladesh government opens Padma bridge. That was the longest bridge in Bangladesh. Okay, the length of the bridge is more than 6 kilometers and total cost is nearly $4 billion. But the interesting fact is, I will tell you about two facts. Main interesting fact is, total cost is beared by the Bangladesh government itself. They has not taken any help, or you can say nobody helped them, means World Bank, International Monetary Fund, even the New Development Bank, in which Bangladesh is also a member, many Asian bank where Bangladesh is also member, International Bank, they also rejected to help Bangladesh. Okay, but due to a strong position, the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina finally successfully built the multi-purpose bridge. Now why it is called as multi-purpose bridge? This is a 2-floor bridge. The top floor is for road, 2-lane road, and the bottom is for railway. Okay, road and railway both purpose will be fulfilled. And second important thing is, this bridge will improve the connectivity between India and Bangladesh, okay, because this bridge is ended near the border of India. Okay, so trading between India and Bangladesh will also improve by this bridge. I will show you the bridge. This is the double decker bridge. Bottom is for railway and top is for highway. Okay, PM Hasina opens Bangladesh longest bridge over river Padma. So experts say the 6.1 kilometer bridge built at a cost nearly 4 billion. So it's a symbol of national pride. Obviously, it's a symbol of national pride. Now, in 2012, the World Bank withdrew from a 1.2 billion loan agreement for the project following allegation of corruption. Following suit, other donors including Asian Development Bank, Japan International Cooperation Agency, Zika also pulled out of the project. Okay. Hasina, who spearheaded effort to build the bridge, famously declared that her government would self-fund the bridge. Okay, even India also praised the effort by an Asian country, that the Asian country doesn't need any kind of external help. Okay, so the government of India has congratulated Bangladesh on the completion of the Padma multipurpose bridge. Also written, the Padma bridge will not just help the internal connectivity of Bangladesh, but will also improve trade and logistics between India and Bangladesh. This bridge will play an important role in improving bilateral India-Bangladesh and sub-regional link, said the Indian mission in a congratulatory message. Now I will show you the map, the connectivity map. So the bridge will connect Dhaka with Jamdia Rupdia through the Jeshore road. It is written Jeshore road. Okay, so it will connect with the Jeshore road, and we all know that Jeshore road was started from West Bengal and enter into Bangladesh, and it will finally meet with the bridge. So through Jeshore road, through this bridge, bilateral trading between this country will obviously improve. Move to next topic from environment. Again, Udaipur's bird village to be declared wetland. Now, what is wetland? The land between water and solid land. Okay, that land is called the marshy land. You can say is called wetland, and that wetland is the biggest reach of you can say reservoir, biosphere reservoir. Okay, the highest number of species was found in wetland compared to water and solid land. Highest number of species was found in wetland. Now wetland was declared by international organization called Ramsar. Okay, so UNESCO, it is found by UNESCO. So UNESCO had a meeting. We all know what is UNESCO. UNESCO is a organization to look after nature and natural resources. Okay, so UNESCO had a meeting in Ramsar, Iran, and at that meeting they start declaring wetland as an asset. So there are several wetland placed in India declared by Ramsar. Now first the rule is the government, or you can say the central government, has to announce this wetland as a wetland, this water body as a wetland. Then they will apply to Ramsar, and finally Ramsar, after visiting, Ramsar will announce the water body as a wetland. Okay, and sanction money against that, against the protection, preservation of the wetland. Now the central government is thinking that the two lake, one is Brahma and another is Dhand lake, these two lakes will be declared as wetland. Then they will apply to Ramsar for final announcement. Okay, these two are residents of several migratory birds around the world. I will show you. This is the Brahma lake. and this is the Dhand lake. Okay, these two lake will be announced first wetland by a central government, then will be announced by Ramsar. Now Ramsar site is a wetland site designated to be a international importance under Ramsar convention by UNESCO. Okay, now these are the wetland declared by Ramsar site. 46 Ramsar site in India as of October 2021, and these are the list like Astamudi wetland in Kerala, Bhitorkonika mangroves in Odisha, Chilka lake in Odisha, East Kolkata wetland in West Bengal, important Keolado National Park in Rajasthan, Kolleru lake Andhra Pradesh, Loktak lake Manipur. Now Loktak lake we all know it is located in Manipur, and on the surface of the lake there was a floating national park, Keibul Lamjau National Park, floated on the Loktak lake. Okay, very important new question. Pong Dam lake in Himachal Pradesh, then important is Sambar lake in Rajasthan, then Ular lake in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so these are the important, then also 49 total here it is written. Okay, so these are the important water bodies declared as a wetland by Ramsar. So this is the total discussion from today's as well as yesterday's newspaper. If you like my analysis, please like the channel, subscribe, like the video, subscribe my channel. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you.